Hello, everyone. All right, so this is important information here that you guys should be aware of. If you're currently a Verizon postpaid or prepaid customer, this could definitely affect you. So it looks like, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, Verizon's looking to take a major step backwards, not forwards, backwards. And I think many of you, as hardworking, paying customers, are going to be taken back by this step backwards. So what that means is you're going to feel offended by this and you're not going to be happy with it. And it's going to make you think differently about, I guess, maybe giving your money to Verizon, maybe looking for alternatives possibly. And it kind of leaves a lot unanswered, but maybe for you and maybe for many, leaving them with the sense of what is the purpose of this when we see so many changes going on with their their MVNOs, right? We see them beefing those plans up, offering more and more, but yet we're starting to see postpaid and prepaid from Verizon, at&t, and T-Mobile not really improving, in fact getting worse in many ways. So jumping right into it, and then we'll talk more about it, is Verizon is moving to change phone unlock rules. Of course, Dish comments on this because Dish wants to take advantage of basically what Verizon is trying to do. Good old Dish trying to stick their hands in a cookie jar, if you will. So Verizon pushes the FCC to relax its 60-day unlock policy. For many of you, you know that Verizon offers a 60-day unlock policy, and for many of you, that is one of the big perks that Verizon offers you, right? 60 days, you can take your device and leave, right? As long as it's paid off, you can leave and go to another carrier. Let's say you want to go to Verizon. Let's say you want to go to T-Mobile. Let's say you want to go to AT&T. Let's say you want to go to Visible, right? Basically the competitor MVNO from Verizon, right? You want to go to the MVNO because it's just cheaper. Maybe you find more value there. You can do so, right? But Verizon's trying to put an end to that, basically, is what we're talking about here. They want to have the FCC waive the 60-day unlocking requirements and basically let them set their own policies, which they're saying is similar to other carriers. They're saying that the request was open for comments and a wide range of responses were sent. No word from T-Mobile and AT&T on this. Dish, however, officially submitted a comment to the FCC saying that it wasn't against replacing the current Verizon policy, but according to the carrier, it would be one national unlock policy with no exceptions. On the other hand, 7 state attorney generals reportedly said that Verizon should have the power to control how long your phone, which you bought from the carrier, should be kept locked. So basically what we're looking at here is Verizon looking to make an attempt to keep you locked into your plans longer. And that's what this is all about. It's a money grab, right? They want you to stay longer if you want discounts on phones, if you want discounts on anything. They want to lock you in. They want to keep you as a customer for as long as they can. Now, let's say they get this grant, right? Verizon's allowed to customize their unlocking policy, and let's say they want to do 90 days. Well, that may not be too bad, right? They get an extra month out of you, maybe to do 120 days. Maybe it'll be 180 days, right? 6 months. 6 months isn't that bad if you're getting a really good deal on a phone, but nothing beats the 60 days, right? Now, many of you are just used to that, and that's what you want. And we don't want to see carriers go backwards, right? It's kind of like T-Mobile adding taxes back to their plans after more than a decade of not having them. We don't want to see companies go backwards. We want to see them go forwards. Why? We're paying more for plans. We're paying more for everything. Every bill that comes our way is just another hand in our pockets. And hardworking Americans, customers that use the service, simply don't need to put up with it, right? There's alternatives now. We can go to Visible. We can go to US Mobile if we want Verizon service. Maybe your priority levels aren't where you would get them with postpaid from Verizon, but you'll be paying less and you'll be kind of setting your own rules in some way, right? You're not dealing with the basically the shaft here that Verizon is trying to give to customers. This is going to start a trend, right? So if Verizon's allowed to do it, at&t will do it, then T-Mobile will do it, and basically we're just going back to the old days where nobody gets out of their contract. And we've seen T-Mobile do it, we've seen Metro do it, right? So now Metro, you got to wait a full year to unlock your phone. It used to be 6 months. So, for many, myself included, that was a horrible turnoff, right? Because one of the things I liked about Metro was that I could buy a phone for a discounted price, maybe even get it for free. And then, in 6 months, it's mine to use with another carrier. Doesn't mean I'm going to leave Metro. It just means that I have more options with my phone, right? I can do more with my phone other than just keep it on the Metro network. So this is kind of the same thing with Verizon here. So major step backwards, if you ask me. And as far as Dish, they're just looking to basically take jabs at anyone right now. They just want to copy whoever, good old Dish wants to lock you in too. Why not? They certainly need the money. Verizon, not as much, but the competition is getting more and more scarce, right? So it's like, this is kind of what we're seeing here. And we're asking ourselves, why are the MVNO's plans getting better? Why are they getting better and postpaid and prepaid getting worse? Well, it's because many customers are tired of the postpaid and prepaid agenda, from these companies, right? They're raising prices, they're offering less, and they figure, well, we don't want you to leave for the competition, and pricing is just getting expensive all across the board. So, we know that you don't want to stay with us, but we don't want to see you go to T-Mobile. And so we're just going to beef up our MVNOs. This way, we're still getting paid because we own Visible, right? We're leasing our towers to US Mobile. So we're still getting paid, right? Maybe not as much as we would if you were on our postpaid or prepaid plans, but we're still getting profits off of you, and we'll take it in any way that we can. And that's basically what we're looking at here. And that's why we're seeing the MVNO plans, they're subsidiaries. I call them MVNOs because that's how they originally were, and technically they still are, but these are companies that are now owned by the big three, right? Metro, Visible, Straight Talk, you name it, right? There's just so many now. So I think, we're going to see, some backlash here towards Verizon over this. Because it's not really something that they need to do, but although maybe it is, maybe they're starting to see too much churn with customers coming in, getting the deals, and running off to another carrier, running to Visible, running to Metro, running to T-Mobile postpaid or at&t. Perhaps this is happening, and for them, it's kind of, phones aren't selling like they used to, right? Verizon, Hans has commented on this on a number of occasions. These phones are not selling like they used to. People don't get as excited about the new iPhones or even the Galaxies, or, there's less choices than there once was, and they're just not as entertaining as they once were as well. Prices are going up. So although people still want the latest and greatest, there are not as many people running out for it as there was, as little as 3-4 years ago, if you ask me. So comment down below your thoughts on this. Let me know how you feel about it. If you're currently a Verizon customer, if this request does get passed through and they are able to extend their lock policy. Again, remember, this may not be very long, right? It could be just a matter of an additional 30 days, could be 90 days. And for many of you, if you're getting deals on your phones, if you like the service, It's not a huge setback for you. Could be an additional 60 days, right? So now you're looking at 120 days, maybe it'll be 180 days. Now there's a difference between 60 and 180, right? So now instead of 2 months, you're waiting now 6 months. That could be a little annoying for you if you really just want to use that phone on something else. The big thing here is when you have a nice phone, maybe it's a new Galaxy, you want to see how it performs on other networks, right? It's not that you're desperately trying to leave Verizon. You might stay with them, but you want to play with your phone. You don't like that it's carrier locked to only one specific network and you can't do anything else with it. You'd like to see how at&t plays with it. You like to see how T-Mobile plays with it. You want to test the speeds and see the frequencies and see how it all pans out with different networks. But you can't do that if you're locked in, right? So that drives a lot of customers insane, right? Drives you nuts. And that's really, what I see. A lot of people, it's not really that you want to leave Verizon. It's just you want the freedom. And they'll be taking that away. So for some customers, it could be annoying. And for them, they may look elsewhere. I don't know. But again, feel free to comment down below your thoughts. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.